Welcome to B2B with Randy and Craig, where we speak to local entrepreneurs and learn about their journey. Welcome to B2B with Randy and Craig, where we discuss the rise, the fall,
and the kicking.
No, we're not kicking anybody anywhere, anything, no time, especially with this guest. We have Chris Capuano.
Close enough. Yeah, same thing.
He's an author. No ceiling, no excuses. I pronounced your name wrong. No excuses. We've only gone over it 10 times.
None whatsoever. It's all gravy.
So,
we're good.
Tell us how this happened.
Honestly, you want to know the real answer?
No,
yeah.
Lie.
The real answer is an Instagram ad.
Really?
Swear to God. Scrolling on Instagram one day, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you got a crazy story. Want to write a book? Click here. Click there. Got partnered with this crazy company called Peaceful Profits. They put me into a 4-hour Zoom. They made me cry. They made me laugh. They pulled every emotion out of me. A week later, I get sent an email from them, suggested chapter titles, paragraphs for each title. I took that. Obviously, I changed a lot of it, rolled with it, and here we are. You know.
Wait, I got to back this way up.
So
you have this idea. You're writing this book. You see this on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You click on it. You schedule the Zoom.
Yeah.
Did it ask you for your credit card right away?
It was,
and your
I think it did, yeah. And I was like,
but he was in. He's all in. He's all in. I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of the business I'm in. I'm like, worst case scenario, we dispute this, you know?
Right. They don't know who they're messing with. So you give them the general concept of the book.
Yeah.
During that initial call when they had you laughing, crying, angry, yelling, whatever, everything. A couple of days go by and they tell you their ideas. But you didn't hand them you didn't write anything at that point.
All they did was ask me a bunch of really deep, like personal, I felt like I was in a therapy session. I'm like, I haven't seen a psychologist in years.
Right,
and, you know,
well, you just
like I need one now. I'm like, oh my God, it's scratching the weird part of my brain I haven't used in like forever ago. And they pulled out some crazy stuff. So they ended up coming out with this, the guideline for this book. I had my editor, Jen Fauci, help me write this, who was amazing.
She's from them?
No, she's her own person, her own company. She is absolutely phenomenal. Fixed every single thing wrong with this book. If I would have put it out without her, oh my God, God bless everyone. But
how'd you find her?
She's actually my cousin's wife, believe it or not. Been doing this her entire life.
Wow.
And she's a rock star, absolute rock star. And to this day, I'm forever grateful. She literally fixed this, but she took all these crazy thoughts and concepts and made it a cohesive book. And the first third tells my personal story about how it is growing up in a broken family, divorce, alcoholic mother, crackhead stepfather. We could go down that rabbit hole if you want. Second part of the book.
That sounds like a great.
Yeah, I mean, I could spend forever on that, right? The middle, the meat and potatoes of the book is all the different jobs and careers that I had throughout my life. You know, busboy, waiter, drop shipper, eBayer, power washer, steam fitter, eventually got into the union.
You ever work in a bank as a teller?
No. Maybe the one that my mom did. Yeah, my mom did. And she got robbed one day. I'm like, I'm never doing that job. Came home crying. I'm like, oh my God, this is scarring. But so that was cool. I got into the steam fitters union. I was making, I don't know, 150 grand a year. It's an awesome job. Dreamed of having that job. And I left it. I went back
to be an author?
No. to do the business I'm doing now, which is merchant services and point of sale systems.
So that's credit card processing.
Essentially,
got it.
Yeah.
But okay, we just covered a lot. So I want to reel some
and
stuff in.
And that's the third part of the book. Is
where you are now.
Yeah, exactly.
So before we jump into that, you're an entrepreneur who did something entrepreneurial besides the business. What's the premise of the book, though? What am I getting out of it? What's the goal? What's the goal?
The goal is, if you feel stuck, if you're not 1,000%, 1,000,000%, 1,000,000,000% happy with your life, then change it. Look in the mirror, own it, and do something about it.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for coming on.
That's it. No, honestly.
That is, you're 100%. And I don't know that there's ever an age, or you're never too old.
Never.
We've had.
Oh, hell no. How many people, I mean, I don't know the stats. One of these CEOs that are worth $10 trillion, they started their company when they were like 80. I'm like, dude, there's no limit. There's no limit.
Right.
We've had some guests that's restarted their lives at 50, 60.
100%. And each one has landed in a good spot.
Yeah.
You're wiser for it. You have more patience for it. And probably the people around you are cheering you on differently than when everybody's competing.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Right?
And you know, and sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes the people around you are like, I don't know if you should do that. No, do what you want to do. Do what you believe in. That's my whole goal is I want people to do what they're passionate about and do it and just commit to it and crush it. And you will.
So the minute you walked in this room, you light up the room.
He was smiling.
No, he lights up the room. You're a big personality.
Thank you.
I could see that. And a positive personality.
I try. Thank you.
That's a big attribute. That's important. That has its pluses and negatives, but I can tell you can control a room. So let's talk about that. That's a secret powder. That's a secret power.
I guess, yeah,
right?
It probably is, right?
You know, to walk into a room where you don't know anybody and to take control of that room and change the narrative that you're taking on the subject matter.
You want to hear something funny?
Of course.
I guess it goes back to, I used to be obsessed, and I kind of still am with magic. So magic, what's the whole thing with magic? Keeping people's attention, keeping people captivated.
Right.
That's all sales is. That's all sales is. The second you lose someone's attention,
They're done.
you lost the sale.
Or the second you lose your attention.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be focused, be in the moment, live in the now, and that's it.
So the guest we had on before you, our first guest in this studio, you know, one of the things we talked about was that journey and engaging people and all that stuff. And you know, from a different perspective, he was a very young guy starting his career door knocking, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
you do what
sure.
you got to do.
That takes.
I still door knock. You got to go out. You got to cold call. You're not cold calling. You're not working your ass off.
100%. So in your credit card processing, you have to go out and you have to find the clients.
You have to.
No one's sitting there saying, oh, let me find a new credit card guy.
No.
And you know what? And what happens is people go online, they Google it, and the top, like, I don't know, 6 conglomerates show up. You're never going to show up. Forget about Google ads. You're not going to win that battle. I've lost tens of thousands of dollars trying. Trust me. Let me save you guys the money right now. Don't do it. Go out there.
Well, our next guest is a Google ad guy. So I guess we'll cancel. No, I'm just
Well, it's not good for this industry. That's all I'm saying, right? But, yeah, maybe we could reorganize the order of.
No, in your world,
That's what
it's not important. I got to tell you, in my world, I install egress windows. It's super important.
There you go.
It's a different buy-in.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation off camera because I might have to.
I
hire
only
you
talk
for
on
something.
camera, by the way.
Might have to hire you for something, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, exactly. So yeah.
So do you have in your? I'm going to go to your credit card processing for a second. Do you have a scaling strategy, or is it just each day you're trying to accomplish different growth by the day?
Yeah, so I hate goals. Okay, a lot of people are like, set goals, meet your goals, crush your goals. I'm like, am I allowed to curse on the show by the way? All right, I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, sorry. I'm not that type of person. It's not me. I don't like having. Every day I work as hard as I possibly can, and I get done as much as I could get done. Okay, I'm happy with myself as long as I know that I did everything in my power. I was efficient. I didn't waste time, and I got shit done. Okay, that's it. So every day I wake up poor. Every day I'm back at zero. I wake up in the morning. I thank God for the feet on my body, the lungs in my chest, the fact that I could see things and smell things. I start at the basics, and I start with gratitude. So that way, when you go out there and you're eating shit, because it's going to happen, you're still grateful. Thank God that guy was out there in the world to bother me. Now I know I don't have to deal with him again. See the positive, see the light through the clouds. That's what this whole life is about.
By the way, he just gave you a golden reel right there. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That is gold right there.
Maybe,
So you, look, every day is different, correct? And you may be in a positive situation. Something may come along to knock your attitude out of whack. Mm-hmm. How do you shift gears? What's besides, or is it going back to, thank you, at least I have my sight, at least I'm walking around. Is that how you?
You got to go out there. You got to expect it. You got to know you're going to deal with jerks in the day. You got to know it. And
you're out there.
And you know what? So I used to see someone back in the day when the trauma was at its peak, and I used to talk to someone once a week. This really nice Jewish guy in the heart of Queens. This guy was phenomenal. Okay, thank God for this guy. Yeah, he was awesome. So he taught me. He's like, when do you get the maddest? I'm like, when someone cuts me off in traffic. I'm like, I could literally picture myself getting out of my car and going to jail for murder when that happens.
Right.
Okay, I get like crazy. He's like, I'm gonna train your brain right now. He's like, I want you to picture every car that cuts you off is either a husband or a wife racing to the hospital because they're having a baby, and watch how less mad you get. And it worked for like a year, you know.
And then you decide to hate kids.
I was like, I'm going to jail for murder.
How many kids you have?
3 kids.
No, but the truth is, I read the same exact mind game. When someone does something to you, cuts you off in the car, I think that's a great example, bumps into you, doesn't say thank you when you hold the door open,
God.
which drives me nuts.
Pet peeve.
But
I
maybe,
didn't ask you to hold the door for me. Yeah, no shit.
but maybe, so the thought process, maybe that person is rushing into the store because their child disappeared. They thought they had him. And they walked out.
Yes,
That's what you're saying. It's mindset.
Exactly.
If you put your mindset in a different place, this will roll off you and you can continue to enjoy all the good stuff.
Amen. 100%.
And I think that's super important. Mindset is everything.
Yeah, I
the
want to
secret. Wait, hold on one
Okay.
second. Hold on 1 second.
Stay in your lane.
Please. I'm talking. No, what The Secret.
Yeah.
That's a book. I bet.
I love that book.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I could tell the minute you walk in.
I really do. And
Do you know the premise of that book, Craig?
No.
So, I mean, just to summarize it, it's basically positive affirmations. Okay, but like you pulling up to Roosevelt Field Mall. It's a Saturday. Everyone and their mother's there, right? Italian from Long Island. I'm allowed to get away with that line right there.
Well, so am I as a Jewish guy, by the way, because we hung out with all you guys.
So everyone and their mother's there, right? You know,
Their mother.
you
Their
ain't
mother's
getting,
a mother.
you ain't getting a good parking spot, right? But if you wake up and you say, I don't care how busy it is at the mall, timing is everything. I'm going to pull up right in front of Macy's and someone's going to be backing up, and you really, truly believe it, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
That's what the secret is. Now, it also has extremes. It's also like write yourself a check for 50 grand or 100 grand or $1 million, whatever. And you leave it over there, and in a year from now, you know, it's going to be real. It's going to happen. There's crazy stuff. I mean, not for nothing, but like, I mean, if you want to get deep, like, right? Like it talks about like the universe and the wavelengths and this and that. I think we are ultimately all connected in some way, somehow, undescribable.
Agreed.
Unbeknownst to the universe or God or whoever, whatever you believe in, right? So the book is all about getting on the right mindset and riding that wave and just aligning with everything.
And there's degrees of it that you could adapt to your lifestyle. Like I don't take it to the universe and all that, but I do believe that when you walk into a room and you can own the room, I'm going to take like you do by putting a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Attracting people to you. You walk in, man, nobody wants to walk over to you.
You get what you give, and you get what you get. Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the simplest way to describe it. Now, Craig, what do you have to say?
Jumping back into the book.
Let's go.
You know, I now Randy loves to say that, you know, judge me not by my mistakes, but how I fix them. Although his wife doesn't like when he says those things.
She calls bullshit.
What's one mistake that you had to make in order to make this book?
Mistake I had to. Well, I mean,
he made excuses. You had a shit ton of excuses. A minute.
I tend to beat myself up pretty good. I mean, one mistake I talk about in my book, because that's a hard question. I'd have to think about it more. But one specific thing that I know I screwed up on was back when I was trying to buy a house, like, I don't know, like 4 years ago or something. I talk about the time when I refused to come up like 10 grand.
And you lost the house.
And I lost the house. I was the second highest bidder. Now today, that house is worth over $500,000 more than it was 4 years ago. So that I talk about how 10 grand cost me $500,000.
Got it.
Yeah, that sucked.
No, that does, but also, you know, you were probably being sensible at the time.
I mean,
it's a scary investment.
I wasn't where I am today, you know, and times were different. And real estate, I mean, we're on Long Island, whatever.
Gold.
Dude, it's nuts. The market, I was looking at Zillow estimates. It's nuts. Go back to any house 6 years ago. It's like, it's literally almost double.
We just had this conversation with a guest who said the same thing. Our kids are screwed. Our kids are screwed.
Yeah.
Our kids' kids are screwed.
True.
You know,
and that's exactly why I don't have kids. No.
There you go. Wait, Craig loves this.
Now, B2B with Randy and Craig is more than just a podcast. It's your marketing powerhouse for photo and video, website, online marketing, and Google Ads. Now, you can be a guest on our show. You can share your story, build your brand, and let us supercharge your social media marketing. Now, every workman's comp.
And you got it on film.
We got insurance.
Now, every week week, we do this. I try to come up with $1 million question. As he knows, sometimes they're 50-cent questions, but I do what I can, right?
Due to inflation, it's 65 cents.
Yes, exactly. Right. I got to make money
You
somehow.
should put a tariff on it and everything.
Don't get into the politics. Now, when you came in, you actually pointed out a good thing that it's your wife's birthday.
It is, yeah, Liz.
Well, happy birthday, Liz.
Shout out
to Liz that you came here on your wife's birthday.
Yep.
My question is, how, as a business owner and an author, how do you juggle
And a husband.
And
And a husband and a cat dad. I got 4 cats.
Yeah, and a cat dad.
You had a bad anytime someone makes a face whenever I say cats, they always had a negative experience as a kid.
Let's
Tell
move
me
on.
I'm wrong.
I had a bad experience. I had a bad experience.
Exactly.
My
theory is 100%.
He's right. I had to go to the hospital. It was a whole thing. I can't stand them.
And I challenge all your viewers, anyone that doesn't like cats, I bet you had a negative experience as a kid.
Yeah.
All right.
So, there's a lot of things I can't drink Sambuca, but I'm not going to go challenge
I used to be Mr. Jaeger. Now the smell of the freaking
that's what happens. I can't do Sambuca.
So going back, how do you juggle all those things in a lifetime, or on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, that's a good. I iPhone notes, so that's how I stay organized. Everyone's like, "Oh, what CRM are you using?" And you got to use Salesforce. No, I use iPhone notes and I go day by day and I plan everything usually like 3 to 4 days in advance. Because
I like the notes too.
Yeah, it's so simple. I could cut, I could paste, and once I do something, I don't cross it off. I delete it. It's gone. I don't care if it's done.
Chris, let me ask you. So, what's the name of your credit card processing company? And how does somebody get a hold of you?
Yeah. So I work for. I'm basically a rep. So it's kind of like real estate, right? So I work under a couple companies. The main one that I work under is called Beacon Payments. If someone wants to get a hold of me, they can email me. My last name Capuano, CAPUANO @ Beacon, like a lighthouse beacon. So that's BEACON payments with an S.com. And what's funny is I hired a telemarketing service many years ago, and they were not from the US, and they used to call it bacon payments. And I said, it's not bacon payments. It's not, we don't serve bacon. It's beacon. And everyone, I should have bought that domain.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
How many wrong emails went there?
Oh my God, they would go through. That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And if I want to purchase the book, how do I do that?
So the website is www.noceilingnoexcuses.com. I was going to make it $1,000, and I decided that might be a little expensive, so it's only $20.
Oh, that's good, because I was going to give you $1,000 for this. So I'm glad that you brought that up. It really makes things easier. Should we get a free hat when we order one? Or?
I ordered one. That's yours. You can have it.
No, I don't need a hat. Look, you need a hat.
I know, yeah. I do.
You go outside.
You want to put it on? Yeah, I'll put it on.
Yeah, put it on for sure.
So, ruin the perfect hairdo today.
Oh, man, I love it.
No.
That's all right?
Yeah, you look terrific in that.
You look terrific.
So, thank you. So I have a question for you. Besides No Ceiling, No Excuses, what is a book that you would recommend that our viewers read to help them in their personal life, business life, combination?
Yeah. Can I give 2?
Sure. Give 3.
All right, let's roll with 2.
No more than 4, though.
We ended at 3.
All right, so the first one, I went to Nassau Community College.
Okay.
And I walked into my Communication 101 class, and this 75, 80-year-old professor walks in, he hobbles in, and I verbally let out, "Oh, great." And I guess he heard me, because he goes, "Who said that?"
He heard you.
He heard me. And the whole class is looking at me, and I'm like, a little punk, and I'm like, I don't say anything.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I sat there and sat. It's like a little BITCH. Yeah, and then he goes, I'm going to ask, and he goes, "I'm going to ask again. I'm not starting class until someone fesses up." Then I confess. I'm like, "I said that." He goes, "Why'd you say that?" I'm like, "I don't know." He goes, "Why'd you say that?" I'm like, "I don't know." He goes, "Why'd you say that?" And he forced me to say, and I'm like, "All right, you want me to be honest?" I'm like, "You look a little older." I'm like, "I don't know how much energy you're going to have." And he's like, "I don't need energy to teach you something." And for the rest of that entire class, I respected the shit out of that professor.
And how was that class to the end? Was it a great
That
class?
class taught me more about communication, more about anything. If I wouldn't have stuck with that class, I don't know where I'd be today. And the number one thing that I took out of it is the book that he recommended, which I'm obsessed with, by George Thompson. It's called Verbal Judo. He's a retired cop, eventually detective. He teaches you the most dangerous muscle in the human body is the tongue.
The truth.
It's the tongue. If you know, I got a 98 on the Nassau County, actually Suffolk County Police. No, it was Nassau County Police Department test.
Right.
I was going to become a cop, and then I decided not to because I was a union steam fitter. If cops just had more training on
Gotta read this book because this guy's done it all.
Thanks, man. Yeah. So if you just if you learn how to tactical communication and you know how to use your words properly, there's very rarely a need for physical, you know, interaction or altercation.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
And it helps with everything.
And you can accomplish more speaking.
Yeah, and communication is everything. If you can't communicate, if you talk like a caveman, you're not going to get anywhere.
Let's go back to that professor. So after the year ended, did you walk over to him and say,
Thanked him constantly.
Yeah.
I even thank him in my book. I forgot his name. I wrote in my book. I'm like, and to the communication professor that whipped my ass, I'm like, thank you. I forgot your name. I'm sorry.
You know, but that what I'm taking away from that is experience matters, right? So youth is important, but experience. I never understood until I got old that whole expression. You know, youth is wasted on the youth, and now, oh my God, if I right,
yeah, exactly,
it's really insane. So. On the credit card side, I'm going to tell you, I know what solution you're solving.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Yeah. You can tell me why you're the best, which is great. But on the book side, tell me what problem you're solving.
So I feel like a lot of people, and everyone's like, oh, who's this book for? This book is for someone that is a hustler. Okay, someone that is not getting off work at 3 or 4 or 5 p.m. and then watching Netflix the rest of the day. If that's for you, don't read this book. You're not going to do anything. Okay,
these are the people that are trying to get to the next level, whatever that means.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They're missing something in their life.
You're always challenging yourself.
Yeah.
You're always trying to do the next, right?
If you're happy making whatever you're making, then this book is not for you. It's that simple. I don't pretend like it is. It's not for everyone.
Fine.
It's totally fine. Respect the hell out of people that are 100% happy.
You know what they want and need in life.
Exactly. Yeah.
We had someone on the show once that was telling a story, building his organization. He hired the person who was going to, like the janitor.
Yeah.
Empty the garbage end of the night and everything.
Working his butt off.
Working his tush off.
Like the garbage man I always talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. And he said, hey, you know, you've been here a year, and he wanted to give him a promotion. And the guy didn't want it. He said, no, this is what I do. I do it well. I do it every day.
Yeah.
He did not want to have another guy under him.
More headache.
But that's okay.
I get it.
That's okay.
It is.
There's
totally.
nothing wrong with that. That's what gives him a sense of
100%.
accomplishment, and he does a great job.
Exactly. And that's all he wants to do, and that's awesome. So this book is for the people that are making, let's say, 50 to 200 grand a year that just want to do more, and they don't know what direction to go. Hopefully this book is enough to just kind of light a fire under them and help get them out of what I call perfection paralysis, where maybe they're not doing something because they feel like they don't know enough about it or it's not good enough yet. I say screw that. Imperfect action trumps no action 100% of the time.
So if you could 1,000% of the time.
And if you could go back to day one, right? To
day one of what?
Of either writing the book or working as, you know, the credit card process. And you had to give yourself just one piece of advice to get you here a little bit sooner, a little bit better, a little bit calmer.
Okay.
What would that be?
Hire more people sooner. Yeah, grow your team. Don't be afraid to invest in people, and don't look at your employees like they're there to just help you. Try to help your employees, because the better your employees do, ultimately, the better you're going to do.
And I think a lot of us forget how important the team is. This is not about me. It's about us.
Yeah, so, I mean, I have, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 guys that work under me now at this point, and thank God every single one of them is amazing. Unfortunately, I hired one of them about a year ago. I'm going to try to not get emotional here. And he was like a brother to me, this guy. He applied on Craigslist, believe it or not. And
My list.
Yeah. And he was, dude, the sweetest, most genuine person I've met in my, honestly, like one of my, like, I felt like I've known him forever. And he was just so like goofy, and talk about lighting up a room and owning a room just by being an honest person. And I basically fell in love with this kid, right? And I'm married. I have a wife, not in a weird way.
No, I understand.
You know, he's just a sweetheart.
You took him under your wing.
That's
You really,
yeah. And the first day he ever applied, at the end of the day, we took him into the field. We had a crazy day. We went to like 10 different clients or whatever. At the end of the day, he goes, hey, just so you know, I really appreciate the opportunity, and I'm 93 days sober. He goes, if you don't want to hire me, I totally understand it. And I'm like, bro, I get it. I'm like, I've dealt with addiction in my family. I'm like, that actually makes me want to hire you more. I'm like, your honesty and rawness is something that I really appreciate. And for the next 3 months, 6 days a week, for almost 12 hours a day, I was with this kid. And this kid worked harder than anyone I've ever met in my entire life.
And
as a thank you, we took him out to dinner, me and my partner, in the city, Upper East Side, what nicest Italian restaurant.
what's it called?
It's called Paola's.
I know Paola's.
Really?
I know Paola's. I know her well. She just passed away.
I know.
How do you know?
They're my client.
I
yeah.
know them very
I
well.
work with them,
the
man.
Latanzis?
I don't know them.
Oh,
no.
we'll talk later.
Okay, so yeah, this restaurant, as you know, is one of the best restaurants in Manhattan. Get the duck, get the truffle pizza.
Gone. Yeah, he's right.
So I ordered one of every appetizer. You know, they treat us well. I wanted to treat him well. And you couldn't see the table. There was so much food, right? And, you know, he's 90. At this point, he was like, 6 months sober, right? Everything's going great. We get dessert. Everything is amazing. I wake up to a text from him the next morning, 11 a.m. Hey, Chris, can't thank you enough for last night. I can't wait to keep making you guys proud. I'm like, no problem. Let me know how you make out today. He had like 8 stops. 5 o'clock rolls around, and this kid was the king of communication. Calling him, texting him, hey, dude, what's up? How'd you make out today? No answer. So now I'm getting nervous. Now I'm like, oh, that's weird. Maybe he got into a car accident or something. I don't know. So, yeah, God forbid, yeah. Next morning comes around, calling him, texting him, no answer. Next night comes around. Now I'm like, okay, this is not good. I gotta maybe call the cops or something, right? Like, I don't know anyone that knows this kid. He just came to me from the internet. So I call. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That night comes and goes. Next morning, now I'm like, I'm 100% doing something. I can't. Now it's like a moral thing, right? Call one of his references right before I dial 911. And she goes, I'm so sorry to be the one to tell you this. He passed away yesterday in his car, overdosed.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is horrible. His demons.
And it's just crazy because there was not any sort of sign that anything was wrong. And it just taught me that life is, you just don't know. You never know what someone is going through. And I went to the funeral and the family walked up to me crying and they thanked me. They go,
so you made an impact.
I guess so, yeah. And they're like, you don't know that all he talked about was how happy he was to work for you. And
that's a sad story.
Yeah, it was horrible.
But it's nice to see what you did.
Change.
It's like, no, but it's nice to see that you recognize that this is a person that had struggled in the past. His past doesn't make his future.
And I thought about going to like AA meetings and finding people, but then I realized maybe that's not the best thing.
So the funny thing is, well, that's true.
It was a good thought.
I really thought about it. Yeah.
Save that thought. But before we wrap up, the funny thing is about that story is that the guest that we're going to have next actually develop an app, 40 Days Sober.
Oh, cool.
And sober in 40 days.
So, right.
And what a coincidence that you bring that story up and this is who's coming.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. But very interesting story.
Thank you.
I wish we had more time.
Me too.
Bro, you're just a ball of energy and I appreciate you coming out.
My pleasure.
Craig, do your thing.
Well, if you want to be a guest on B2B with Randy and Craig, go to b2bwithrandyandcraig.com. And from B2B with Randy and Craig, that's a wrap.
Thank you for tuning in to B2B with Randy and Craig. Looking forward to hanging with you next week.